Howdy y'all, today is November 25th. I hope y'all had a fantastic Thanksgiving full of food, family, and just relaxing. Out on the farm, we actually had some ice in the waters this morning, so I think for the next 4 days it's dipping in the 20s at night, so it'll be a little chilly. But then we're popping back up into the 50s a few days later, so I'm not going to put the chickens in the winter chicken coops yet. I'm going to keep them out as long as possible. Basically, as long as their water's not freezing solid and there's still grass and the chickens are comfortable, I'm going to leave them out on pasture. So there's a little bit of ice in the one, and here's some ice in this one. It's pretty thin stuff though, so it flakes off real quick and easy, but we are starting to see just a little bit of ice now. All right, back to planting. So right now I'm working on the tulips here. I started on those, a couple days ago, but finally getting back to it today. I honestly don't know if I'm going to have enough room in this one bed for all the bulbs that I do have. So I may need to till up another section. But for now, I have the allium on the corner end, really the whole end. And then I figure put tulips all in here and we'll see what happens. Like I said, I am no landscape design sort of person here. Just planting and figure something pretty will come up. This one's already got a little bit going on it. Well, yeah, we're making some progress here. That's all planted. Currently working here. Just a little bit left over here. So the question is, can I get all these tulips in there? That's the goal. There's only 2 more bulbs there. There's still a good chunk in there. A little bit in there, and I haven't opened this one just yet. So ideally, I'd like to get all the tulips into this bed. I think I'll be able to do it. Super happy. I'm definitely able to get all these tulips into this bed here. So that's a good feeling. I have enough after this row for about 2 more rows. Then I may be able to stick in a little bit of something else on the end. What? I don't know. But these bulbs went really far. I thought I would be able to fit all these bags in one bed, but man, was I wrong. That's going to take another bed to get those other bags in. So that's really nice. The bees are going to love this if everything comes up. Tulips are all planted, so that is a great feeling. I still have 1, 2, 3, 4 more of those little boxes of bulbs that I need to plant, and I think that'll fit perfectly in the next patch over. So I think there's a cold snap this weekend, early into next week, next couple days, but then it warms back up in the 50s, so I'll probably plant the bulbs then. Howdy y'all, today is November 26th. It's raining out right now. This is kind of the lull in the day. It's been raining all day. It was actually snowing this morning. Nothing crazy, just little light flakes, but it was chilly. Tonight, tomorrow, and the next day are going to be really gross. Monday, I think the high is 32. I think it's going down to 17, so it's going to get pretty chilly. But then 2 days later, we're back up in the 50s. So I don't really want to throw the chickens in the winter chicken coops yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire up the mower here, attach the wagon, and I have a bunch of those plastic bags full of shavings, and I'm just going to circle the coops out there just to help keep some wind off of the chickens and ultimately warmer. And since it has been raining all day, I wanted to check out the coops to see what they're looking like. So this one we have all foamed up, but in the light you can see some rain still trickling down. It's nothing terrible. I can live with a little bit coming in. As far as the ground, there's some dry spots, some wet spots. I think mostly it's all lightly damp though, just from water seeping in from underground and on the sides. But the bedding itself and everything's fine, so that's good to see. I think I may have had a breaker trip. I have this heat lamp here plugged in, but it was off. So I went ahead and plugged in that second heat lamp, and it still didn't come on. I can see the connection behind the coop there on the extension cords, and I can look across on the side of the barn and see it's hooked up. So, better go check the breaker. Actually, I think the bulb just came unscrewed or something, because when I was pulling it, I saw it flick on. There, it's already on. Alright, screwed it in a little tighter. That should be good. I don't know why this one didn't come on over here. That one just wasn't screwed in either. Okay. Well, at least there's no other issues, and it was a simple little bulb thing. I am going to unplug one though. Don't need both of them on. I'm not really concerned about this Cuckoo Maran coop here. They have a heat lamp as well as a straw bale on the back side. You can't see too well. That helps block them from wind, so they'll be fine. The chicks in the winter coop, they'll obviously be fine. They have a heat lamp. They're completely walled in minus the door. Actually feels nice in there. But the chicken coops back there, if you can see them, there they are. The ones out there, they don't even have the woods yet. They're not blocked by that, and they're on the far field corner. So I am gonna go ahead and put just some wind blocks up for them. All right, so far I've got all the coops turned. They're currently going on a turn, so they're angled, which will actually work out kind of nice, especially for the wind coming from the north and the west, so I can barricade the longer side. I'll go ahead and put a couple along the back side too. That's where the wind's coming from at the moment. Just want to keep the wind off of them. That's the main thing. And since we're getting so cold, I definitely want to go ahead and move this fence. I've already taken it down a little bit, but with Monday only being a high of 32, the ground might be a little crunchy. So just want to make things easy. Get in, get out when it's cold. But like I said, it's warming up later in the week and that'll be nice. So the wind is blowing left to right, and you can see all the chickens in every coop are bunched up as far as they can get to that front right, trying to get out of that wind. So what I'm going to do is all that bottom part, cover it up with plastic bales. You can see already just with 2 bags on the back of each coop, the chickens are a lot more spread out. They're all not huddled up in one front corner. The pearl whites there, they're still kind of huddled up. Their coop's turned a little further, so we'll brace up the side closest to us what we're looking at. And then if I put a couple more up, they should be fine. So temperature-wise, it's not that bad right now. It's the wind that takes it out of you. So tomorrow it's going to be cold. I don't know about the wind. If the wind chill's ugly, it could get really cold. Temperature-wise tomorrow is cold. So I wanted to was in one of the coops for a little while. It feels pretty nice. The wind isn't screaming through like it was, so that makes me feel a lot better. I can sleep easy knowing the chickens will be all right. Howdy y'all, today is November 27th. I just got the coops moved, and it looks like the chickens did just fine last night, so that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and put up some more Tractor Supply bales around to keep the wind off them. It's currently 33, so it's warmer than what I expected today to be. But with the breeze, it's still chilly, so we've got some rain yesterday. It turned to ice. That's kind of hanging around. As far as the waters, the Cuckoo Marans were the only coop that is completely frozen to the point where they can't get a drink out of it. And no doubt that's because in the in coop they get a lot more exposure. We're just about to the edge of the woods with them, so I should help a little bit. But I'm definitely going to be putting some more bales around them tonight. It's getting a little colder too, so hopefully this wind dies down. It'd honestly be a nice day if it weren't for that. So I just checked, and the wind is currently clocking in at 20 miles per hour. It looks like it's going to be tapering off for the rest of the day into the evening. Tomorrow it may pick up a little bit, but hopefully not as bad as what it is right now. So it's about to get started on chick chores, specifically the Cuckoo Marans, and that wind is just brutal. And yesterday I noticed one chick, I don't know, it just caught my eye, but I didn't think too much of it. But today she kind of had her head down. I think it's just too much. So I got her in here next to the heat lamp warming up. I'm gonna go ahead and put the Cuckoo Marans in here with the Australorps. I have this girl in here for size. I think it'll be okay, just to keep all the chicks in this one coop versus putting the Cuckoo Marans in the other coop. They're pretty close in size, so I'm letting this one warm up pretty good first, make sure she's all good, and then I'll bring the rest in. So the Cuckoo Marans and Australorps have joined forces, and so far they're mixing together pretty well. You don't really see too much of a size difference, maybe between those two. Australorps are a month behind the Cuckoos. That blue water there is frozen, so I got it underneath the heat lamp to try and thaw it out a little bit. I've got 2 things of feed in here. Got to fill up one more water, and hopefully that thing will be thawed out enough. It's just right there where that water comes out into the lip. If that freezes, you can't really pop it off very easy. So hopefully this one chicken will do all right. I don't know. She still just acts a little different than all the other chickens, so I'm a little worried about her, but hopefully she'll perk up and be all right. I will say those Cuckoo Marans have some really sharp claws. Probably some of the sharper claws that I've worked with. It's kind of like cat claws, but they've got me pretty good in a couple spots, so I should probably go wash my hands. It's been about 10-15 minutes since all the chickens in here have been together. They're intermingling even better than before, which is good to see. There's some slight hazing, but nothing serious. I think it's important to note that if this was reversed and the Cuckoo Marans were in this coop and I was bringing in the smaller birds, I probably wouldn't have done it. The Australorps, since they are smaller, are definitely more likely to get picked on, but they have home court advantage there. So the Cuckoo Marans are coming into a completely different environment, so they got a little bit more to worry about versus the little guys. So hopefully things will, wow, I just saw one of the Australorps go after the Cuckoo Marans. So I prefer it to go that way, the Australorps getting the cuckoos versus the other way around, because the cuckoos could do more damage. But anyways, little spat here and there, but once again, nothing too concerning. One thing I am concerned about though, once I start putting all these chickens in the coop together, particularly the roosters, I may have to separate them out and put them in their own pen, because if anything, they're going to be the ones duking it out. So we'll see how it goes, and if I need to separate the guys, I'll do that. You know, I came pretty close to needing something to thaw out the chickens' waters a little quicker. So I am going to go ahead and turn on the water heater just to make sure don't run into any issues. Howdy y'all, today is November 28th. It's currently 23 degrees, but it feels way better than yesterday just because that breeze isn't here. I'm grabbing water right now and everything is frozen solid. So I'm really glad that I turned that water heater on yesterday, because that's gonna come in handy right now. All the chickens look like they did just fine though out here. So nice that that wind stopped though. You have no idea how terrible that was. So I'm gonna get these chickens moved, food, thaw out all the waters, and then we'll go check on the chicks. Well, the eggs froze out here. I went to go grab them. This was from the Buff and Marin coop. I wasn't expecting that. It was chilly, but I didn't think it'd be enough to freeze eggs. So we'll see if any of the eggs are even good out here today. Well, I haven't looked through all my eggs here in the barn yet. I only have a few dozen, thankfully. But inside the barn it's 25 degrees. So at least it didn't get as cold as it did outside. There's no breeze in here. So far what I'm seeing on the eggs, they're fine. Out there were only 3 eggs that were frozen in the coops, and then all the other ones were fine. I do have a bucket of water in here that has some ice in it, but it's not frozen solid, so it definitely gets cold in the barn, but not as cold as outside with the wind on it. I am so glad I turned that water heater on yesterday. Just like that, the top already came on. That is so nice. That was getting to be some pretty thick ice there, all around the edges and top. Since their water was completely frozen solid, I'm gonna give them another fill up before I leave today, just to make sure that they get their fill of water and it stays thawed out that much longer. They're hitting it pretty hard. I'd imagine it froze overnight, no problem. We've got a little bit of separation between the two different breeds. There's the Cuckoo Marans and there's the Australorps. There's a bit of mixing. This Cuckoo Maran right there, that was the one that wasn't acting quite normal a couple days ago. Still's acting a little off. Today is November 29th. Got a gorgeous sunset coming up. Feels nice out. We almost hit 50 today. We'll hit 50 tomorrow. All the chickens are doing just fine. Let's go check on the chicks. Well, I am completely out of chicken food, adult feed and chick feed. So the chicks are a little short. I thought I'd have enough today to get 2 full ones. They'll be fine though. Tomorrow I'm coming out earlier and I'll get them all set up before they run out. Sorry, I didn't turn the lights on so it's a little dark in here, but I did go ahead and just turn off the water heater. We're gonna be in the 50s all week. Nothing's gonna be freezing. Howdy y'all, today is November 30th. You know the drill here. Let's get in, get some chicken food. I'll probably do about 300 pounds of my adult stuff. And then I'll probably grab 3 bags of chick feed. It is breezy out today, y'all. Just got the chickens moved. I gotta get all these bales up today. Also gonna move the net real quick. Food, water, grab eggs. My dad's out there dropping off some leaves, big old compost pile. Just gonna keep on getting it done. There's really only one way to roll those nets up without getting tangled. That's to start at one end, grab a pole, walk to the next one, drop it, pick it up, and just keep grabbing the poles. Then at the end, just roll it up, put it away for the year. Howdy y'all, today is December 1st already. I can't believe it's December and the chickens are still out on pasture. It's been raining most all day yesterday, today. The grass still looks great. Honestly, for December, I'm not complaining at all. But these are the last of the squash. I'm gonna break them up, give them to the chickens here. I've already moved them for the day. Just gonna finish them up. My dad's here and we're doing a little bit of decorating in the barn. Currently out just picking up the last of these bales I had out here from a few days back, and looked over and saw evidence of a raccoon not too far off from my chickens here. So just evidence that there actually are raccoons out here. I've never had any incidents or run-ins or anything, so that's good. I've only ever seen one raccoon out here, and that was when I first got the property. I don't even think I had anything done. I might have had the field planted and that was about it. So far and few between on those sightings.